Okay, so picked up a GoPro Hero 7 Black today. This is a true unboxing. There's an actual seal down here, so anybody does one of these videos and doesn't have the seal, they've already unboxed it. So basically they're built on a foundation of lies. So there we go. Okay, so the reason I got this, and I'll tell you the difference between the colors, which actually make a big difference. So when I first looked at these, I was like black, silver, white. I don't know, pick a color. Not the case with GoPro. They are pretty much completely different items. So I went with the black because it has live stream capability. So a couple things I'm going to do with this as I kind of take it apart. Actually, show you the unboxing, I guess. I'm going to use this for hiking, biking, doing videos in the woods, places I go. I'm going to set this up kind of like a trail cam at times, traveling, things like that. I'm going to put it on my vehicle and drive around the back roads of wherever. And I'm going to set this up actually at my bird feeder and try to do like a live stream there sometimes. When I get birds coming back in my backyard, it'd be kind of neat, you know, wake up in the morning, be able to look at a bird feeder if you're not somewhere where you have one, or I get different birds than you do. So, basic unboxing. Here we are. So, pretty standard stuff. I'm sure this is all very important. Registration, big owner's manual that I'll never look at. Okay, and USB, and this is I think what they call a Type-C connection. I need to get, actually, that's one of the first things I'm going to work on, is get a weatherproof one of these. They sell them on Amazon. So when I use this as an outdoor webcam, I want power to it all the time. You know, of course, it comes with a battery, but I want constant power if I'm going to use it as a webcam or something like that. So, guessing this goes like this, and this guy pops off here, and so we have the actual camera. So a couple things, and I printed off the piece on the web page about the differences, and they do come with this is the battery. This is going to actually become important in a little bit here. It does come with a couple of these. So I bought a box of these because I want to have this on a bunch of different things. And that was like 20 bucks. And you get 6 of them. So I thought that would be handy. Obviously, you're gonna want to put these on something pretty sturdy that you're gonna use multiple times. Maybe a tripod head and have one on there. You know, maybe one on a mountain bike or something, have one on there. And then for, you know, 20 bucks for 6 of them, it's a lot easier than trying to demount and mount stuff. It's a fairly quick release system here. So I got some extras, and I would probably recommend doing the same thing if you're going to use it on multiple places for that cost. So the black, and like I said, this one has live streaming, which is why I went with the Hero Black. The silver, which is the next model down, does not have that, and the white does not have that either. So I'll read real quick some of the differences between these and kind of go over some of the reasons why I went with this one also. So, and I printed this right off their webpage, so if you don't want to listen to me talk, you can just go right to their webpage and print this off. But I thought I'd go over it because there's some reasons why I got this for what I'm doing, and maybe there's some of you out there that are not sure and you're debating on getting one and don't know which one to get. So first thing, photo. So this is the 12 megapixel. The silver is a 10 megapixel. I'm assuming they're on 8 now. This is a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm assuming you know, each one goes up a little bit in megapixels, quality, things, advancements. So, you know, 10 megapixels is okay. 12 is better. So this also has what's called Super Photo with HDR. Now, I haven't looked into the crazy specs of this, but, you know, HDR is a high dynamic range image. So this is capable of taking basically probably 2 or 3 fast photos of the same thing, one overexposed, one underexposed, one correctly exposed, giving you the ability to bring out the shadows and tone down the highlights. So I do like that in this, and the white and silver do not have that. So another advantage of the black. Neither has live burst, neither has power panel. So what's called Super Photo with the HDR, this one is the only one that has that in the 7. Now, I'm sure the 8 has all these things. I didn't go with the 8 just because of the cost. This one is the entry level for live streaming, and what I kind of went with was the quality of this and the live streaming capability honestly is better than the internet where I live can handle. So I just saved the money and bought the 1 year older version for quite a bit less, because I don't even think the new one, I could even use the things it can do. You know, 60 frames per second, 4K video, I can't live stream that. I don't have the hard drive space on my computer. It's another thing, you know, as technology keeps advancing, that's great. And yes, it is better video. Yes, it is clearer. Yes, it's more details. But those things come at a price, and that price is data. And I mean, you can chew up a ton of data with 4K video. I mean, tons and tons and tons of data. So I'm really happy with being able to get this at a discounted price. This was less than $300. And it's going to fit my needs perfect, I think. So for video, it does 4K at 60 frames per second. The silver and under do it at 30 frames per second. Once again, I'm not even going to use that. It has it, so I guess if I'm in a big city somewhere and I have a super fast internet connection, or if I want to do a video for something I'm going to save forever, whatever, I can use a 4K. Other than that, it's not even going to matter. So another key feature of the black over the silver, in the silver, the battery is built in, okay? I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about that, but that's going to be a big deal. So if I'm out in the woods, I'm sure I'm going to buy 2 or 3 of these batteries, aftermarket or GoPro. I'll probably go GoPro. They're usually factory's a lot better, but I'll read up on that and check on Amazon. Removable is a huge deal. I mean, like having 2 or 3 of these in your pocket, or having one in here that can't be removed, to me is a big deal. I think about that a lot because when I go out with my camera, I always carry a bunch of spare batteries in my pockets, because when you're out and it's 10 degrees or 20 degrees, batteries go dead super fast in the cold. And so I'm, you know, every 30 minutes, I'm taking the battery out of my camera, sticking it in my pocket, picking out another one, putting it in because it's warm, and rotating them all day. And they'll actually come back to life, if that's what you would say. They could be, you know, dead, and you put them in your pocket, warm them up, they're half charged. So that's a big deal to me, a removable battery, and that is not removable in the silver. So the black, another big benefit there. So they both have touchscreens, and I, you know, haven't even powered this on or anything, so I'm not really going to go into that too much. I might do a video on how to set up, you know, the online thing, but probably not. I mean, most of that stuff's pretty standard. I mean, if you watch the video and it convinces you to buy this or not buy this, then the registration part doesn't really matter. So they both have touchscreen. Waterproof. They are both waterproof to 33 feet, which is 10 meters. So this can go 10 meters underwater or 33 feet. They also sell like additional cages and better cages that are more waterproof. I hate using the word more waterproof because, you know, it's waterproof, but there are grades, just like a watch or anything else. So this is good for 10 meters or 33 feet in its case, just like this, which for me is great because I'm going to leave this out in the rain and snow when I use it as a webcam, slopping and slushing through the woods. I'm definitely going to drop it in the water a couple times. It's going to fall off my tripod. And it, you know, like I said, I'm going to set it up in the backyard sometimes just as a live view webcam. And if it rains, it's not going to get ruined. So that's a big deal. The silver does have that also, so not really an advantage there. They both have that. So more stuff. Touchscreen, they both have it. Video stabilizing. Okay, so the silver has a standard. This has a hyper smooth. I did watch a couple YouTube videos on this. It does make a difference. I don't know, for me, well, I mean, I guess it will. If I'm walking through the woods or ride a mountain bike or whatever with this, it is going to make a difference. So this does have better video stabilization. So, you know, if you're going to make a lot of videos, especially moving things, you know, mountain bike, shaking other, it's going to be better. So this does have an advantage there over the silver. And the cost difference too, I was just thinking about that. The silver is $200. The Hero 7 Black list at $329. I'm gonna find some Amazon links where it's cheaper because I'm sure it is. I actually bought this one at Walmart. It was quite a bit cheaper. But I think obviously the price is going to keep coming down because the 8 is out, and before they'll have a 9 and 10. And if you're like me with the internet issues and the things I mentioned with data and all that, this is a really good deal, and it's probably going to get even cheaper. I looked used on eBay. I was seeing like $200 to $240-ish. It wasn't that much more to buy a new one, so I just bought a new one. You know, get the new cables, get the new stuff. Nobody smashed it off anything, stuff like that. So this also has a couple different lens modes. It says a super view, wide, and linear, whereas the other only has wide. I haven't really studied that a whole lot, but raw photo capture. This has raw photo capture. The silver does not. In some of my other videos, I've talked about shooting raw and how much more data that lets in and gives us more dynamic range between the highlights and the shadows. So I'm excited to know this is capable of that. You're going to use more data on your memory cards, things like that, but memory cards are getting cheaper, so you could use this as a good camera if it shoots raw. So you could start using this, get used to this, and maybe not use your phone or use both or whatever. Okay, so voice control, they both have it. Wake on voice, I have no idea what that is. I'm sure it's something like equivalent to the Alexas and Siri where you say probably some phrase GoPro or something like that. I could be completely wrong. Time-lapse video, they both do that, which is neat. Actually, I'm looking forward to setting this up on a tripod when I'm down by the pond or anywhere in the morning, sunrise, sunset, letting this kind of do a time-lapse of that while I take pictures of birds or do whatever it is I'm doing. And then I'm going to get more content with less time. Also looking forward to setting this up and kind of being out in the field so you can kind of see how I'm doing everything, what I'm preparing for, and sort of behind the scenes. And, you know, maybe you see a nice photo and you actually saw what happened. Or, you know, setting this up by a stream down at Lake Wilhelm, eagles coming through, herons, lots of that stuff. But the time-lapse will be neat. I do like the look of the time-lapse with like sunset and stuff like that. It's neat. Slow-mo, 8 times. The silver is 2 times. I never use slow motion for anything, but that's great. So live streaming, which is the reason I have this, it will live stream at 720p, which is fine. It's very good quality. Around here, it's about all your internet is going to handle anyways, so that's very good. The silver does not live stream at all, so huge upgrade. Doesn't do it, does do it. And like I said, the 720 for me is a perfect fit. I'm sure the newer ones are at 1080p or higher or something. Doesn't do me any good anyways. Advanced metadata, this has it. The silver does not. The metadata is going to basically tell, it's kind of like in the background. So whatever you do with this, there's data in the file itself that will probably like earmark it to GPS, you know, file size, what item it was taken with, when it was taken. All that stuff's going to be in your metadata. And that stuff can actually matter if you ever had to run into like somebody stole your video, you could prove that it came from that camera. So it does have that, and the silver doesn't. So advantage there. ProTune, didn't even do the research to know what that is. So, and they both have GPS. So that's the basics. I'm excited to start using this. You're going to see videos coming out of this a lot in a lot of different areas. I haven't really bought any accessories besides the other little item there, the little mounts. So one of the first projects, which is going to be my backyard bird cam. I'm still monkeying around with that because even though this is waterproof, I kind of wanted to make something like this where it sets in and garbage bags or something tarp-wise covers it, keeps some of the rain off. And I'm sure I'll take pictures of that when it's more improved. And hopefully in the next couple of days, you'll see some videos from this, whether it be the pond or maybe the backyard bird feeder or something like that. So you're going to see some videos coming out of this soon. I'm going to put an Amazon link, or if I can find it cheaper somewhere, I'll put a link below in here. If anybody's thinking about getting one of these, I don't know a ton, but I'm learning. So ask me if you want, and I guess look for the results from this GoPro Hero 7 Black. And remember, the color of these is a huge deal. Here's some of the features. I guess that's what comes in the box. It really is a big deal. I'm glad I didn't just pick the color I wanted, because that would have been a big deal. So Hero 7 Black GoPro. I'll update with different accessories and stuff I get over time. Look for videos soon, and I guess that about wraps it up. I can't really think of anything more to talk about. I will do the registration now, do all the online stuff that takes time, and if any of that stuff is like different or seems to be difficult or something, and then I figure out a better way to do it, maybe I'll pop back on and do a short video. But other than that, I'm just going to say that's probably good. And thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow, share the video if you can. The more views, the better. Thank you.